No quiero que pase en avión.
Fairfood Piña. 7 veces más nutrición. Pasa un pelado frutis con Fairfood. La mascarilla número 1.
Mi familia.
Cállate.
Continental Airlines Flight 1404 is being prepped for its departure from Denver, Colorado. Captain David Butler and First Officer Chad Levang will pilot the flight to Houston. The plane is a Boeing 737, a short to medium-range twin-engine jet that has become the best-selling commercial jetliner in history.
Continental 1404, Denver Tower. Position hold 34 right, Continental 1404.
Runway 34 right is one of 6 runways at Denver International.
Continental 1404, wind 270 at 27. Turn right, heading 020. Runway 34 right is cleared for takeoff.
The controller provides the pilots with a runway wind reading of 27 knots and clears them for takeoff.
Heading 020, cleared for takeoff, runway 34 right, Continental 1404.
Suddenly, the plane veers hard to the left. The plane races off the runway at a speed of more than 100 miles an hour. It's completely out of control. The plane hits a steep ridge, sending it airborne. Flight 1404 finally comes to a stop 700 feet from the runway. All 110 passengers and 5 flight crew narrowly escaped death. The captain is seriously injured. The first officer's injuries are minor. The question now is, how could this have happened in the first place? Landing at LAX can be a challenge for pilots. The airspace around the airport is often thick with traffic. On average, a plane arrives or departs every 50 seconds. Each is at dozens of locations. The airport can be a maze of stops and starts for pilots following instructions issued by controllers. Local controller Robin Washer is overseeing the 2 north runways at LAX, 24 left and 24 right. The investigation into the deadly collision on runway 24 left focuses on Robin Washer's conversations with the 2 planes involved.
It's a situation that no controller wants to go through. You train your whole career for this not to happen, and when it does happen, it's you can't even describe. A situation like this could potentially happen to anybody. We are all human.
11 tons of jet fuel feed a massive fire where a Boeing MD-87 has collided with an airport building.
Awful, terrible devastation, the collapse of a roof of the hangar, and the saucer plane completely destroyed in many different parts, and unfortunately the dead bodies. The rescue people had problems to enter a cargo building to rescue victims.
Some 14 minutes have passed since the crash. As emergency crews battle the fire, Lonate air traffic controllers frantically try to understand what just happened.
There are 2 aircraft unaccounted for.
Paolo Zucchetti discovers a private finally, 26 minutes after the crash. They find the Cessna burning and in pieces halfway down runway 36R. It appears there's been a collision.
It's hard to believe that after half an hour, people became aware about the fact that the set.
Lengua baila. ¿De aviones en serio?
What does it take to cut a ship into two halves? To strip down and reassemble a giant plane? To overhaul the world's longest high-speed train? It takes hundreds of professionals, expertise, precision, and courage.
It's never been done before.
Pushing everyone to the limit.
It is surely a challenging job.
Now on Mega Pit Stops. It is one of the fastest and most state-of-the-art trains in the world, the Russian Sapsan, in English, Peregrine Falcon. The base model of a Sapsan consists of 10 cars, offering space for up to 604 passengers. Its maximum speed, 250 kilometers an hour. Its technology is perfectly adapted to the Russian climate. Even at minus 40 degrees Celsius, all systems function without fail. One of a kind, a Peregrine Falcon is also capable of double heading, which means it can pull 20 cars, taking it to a proud length of 500 meters, the record for the longest high-speed train in the world. After 3.7 million kilometers, every Sapsan needs a mega pit stop. During what's called a R3 revision, engineers overhaul the entire train. To accomplish this, within the 34 days they've been given, they have to separate it into two halves and work in parallel at two different stations. The most complex of all the processes involves lifting the train and removing and replacing the chassis. While this is going on, the other half of the train is repainted. They also have to replace the pantographs and overhaul the onboard electronics. Inside, all 604 seats will be. They will only be able to meet the delivery deadline if everything goes according to schedule. St. Petersburg, Russia, Metallostroy train depot. This workshop was built especially for maintaining the Sapsan. Dennis Sharamet is the project manager for the upcoming Mega Pit Stop.